Hello folks, my name is Mark and this is Why I Hate the World. How you all doing? So we have another tragedy. For those of you who don't know, what happened was this last Friday, another shooting, another massacre occurred, and this time in Santa Barbara, which is a few miles north of Los Angeles. And what happened was a 22-year-old kid named Elliot Rodger went on a homicidal rampage and shot 14 people, which 7 of them died. And there's been some shit flying around because of this, because of a Daily Kos article and some other places that identified this kid as having connections to the men's rights movement. And they basically listed that as a motive for the shooting, which may or not be accurate. But anyway, that has a lot of the men's rights people up in arms. And, you know, it's always a tragedy when this kind of thing happens, but it does give us an opportunity to discuss the effects of dangerous rhetoric from extreme political or religious movements and the kind of effect that it can have on the mentally unstable. And because I don't blame the MRA people for this, and men's rights activists. I don't blame them for this because, you know, this kid was obviously insane, you know. He's been posting videos and stuff and having blog posts about how he was lonely and everything like that. And so it's not really... Come here, cat. Here's my cat. You guys have met him before, right? Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Ow.
Get out of here. Where was I? So it's not really, they're not the ones that caused this, you know. But that's not to say that I support the men's rights activists, because I fucking despise those people. I despise them like hell. I've been meaning to make a video about MRA for a while, just haven't, you know, just been too lazy. But they're douchebags. That's basically what men's rights activists are. They're basically taking every, like, scummy douchebag alpha male fucking behavior and then like codifying it and making like a movement out of it, you know. Pretty much it. I mean, they're for the most part, they're like very immature, vile, self-centered, entitled, egotistical scumbags, you know. And they treat women like animals, and they delude themselves with pop psychology and other sort of bullshit to justify their fucking selfishness. That's what these people are, you know. And it's because, you know, they're mainly young. Like I saw, there's a website, which I'll put the link in the little thingamajig, that did a poll on the subreddit called the Red Pill, right? Which is, you know, from the Matrix. Take the Red Pill, Neo, you know. And it's basically, you know, it's essentially a men's rights activist subreddit. And it turned out that, for the most part, most of the people on the subreddit were young, white males, you know, between the ages of 18 to 20, right? College age, who actually also tended to be atheists, surprisingly. And, you know, and that's what it is. It's like basically kids who can't get laid, and then they invent this horse shit to kind of blame other people for the fact that they can't get laid, you know. And I'll make a full video about them later. I've been meaning to, but basically, if there's one group on this earth that I just do not give a shit about, it's men's rights activists, you know. One group of people on this earth that, if they were all just to get the Ebola virus and die a horrible death, bleeding from both eyes, I would just simply not lift a fucking finger to help them, because they're scumbags, you know. And that's kind of, you know, this kid, you know, basically subscribed to that rhetoric, right? The thing is, though, is that the men's rights people, they're not killers, you know. They might be dirtbags, but they don't advocate for murdering women, you know what I mean? They're basically guys that want to have sex with women, right? But they don't talk about, like, their rhetoric, you know, their rhetoric is not about, like, how women are evil and how they should all be killed, you know. They're basically, what they talk about is how to manipulate women into, like, getting laid. That's basically what it all comes down to. Their entire thing is like, you know, I can't get laid and women suck and I wish I could get laid. But they're not talking about, I'm going to go kill all the women, right? And that's what this kid did, you know. The thing is, I didn't really go through this kid put a manifesto online. You know, it's 137 pages, and I didn't read through the entire thing, but I skimmed through some of it. You know, and I watched a couple of his videos, and he was definitely mentally unstable. You know, he was extremely depressed, and he wanted, you know, he hated women. He blamed women for the fact that he was a 22-year-old virgin, and but he yearned to be in a relationship. And there's a couple of like really telling lines. Like one of them was, every time I see people in a car, you know, I've never had a beautiful girl in my car before, and when I see other people, it insults me because I deserve it, you know, stuff like that, right? And apparently his family really tried to get him help, and he just refused to fucking do it. He refused to get the help that he needed, and instead he latched on to this men's rights shit and used it as an escape, right, to fucking justify, you know, his, you know, involuntary celibacy, I guess, right? And the thing is, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter what it was. Like, he would have gone out eventually and shot all these people, I believe, even if he didn't believe in the men's rights stuff. It could have been any other extreme belief system, you know. It could have been, he could have latched on to religion, or the NWO conspiracy theories, or trutherism, or any number of other wacky beliefs that crazy people are drawn to. See, there's a thing called crank magnetism, right? And it basically is the more crazy somebody is, the more crazy people they draw towards them. And extreme beliefs tend to draw extreme people to believe in them. You know, and it's no surprise that the people that believe in this horse shit tend to be a little fucking loopy, and that's exactly why, you know. Alternative beliefs kind of draw alternative people towards them, you know. And that's what happened in this case. I mean, it could have been anything, you know. The guy could have fucking, you know, it wasn't the fact of what he believed that caused it. It was the fact that he was insane, and he just happened to choose men's rights activists, you know. I don't know. And the thing is, this is not the first time that this has happened, you know. Like, pretty much every time we have one of these shootings, the story is exactly the same. You know, we have an insane person who's drawn to an extremist movement, who then internalizes the more militant and reactionary rhetoric of that movement, and then everybody acts surprised when he goes on a fucking rampage and offs a dozen people, you know. It's exactly what happened during the Batman shooting, Adam Lanza. You know, it's exactly what happened when the guy shot Gabriel Giffords, you know. That dude was a conspiracy theorist guy. Or the fucking Boston City bombings, that guy was drawn into, like, NWO conspiracy theories. It's exactly, you know, it's insane people latch on to insane beliefs, and then they act insane, and then everybody, you know, loses their shit. And how could this happen? It's because people are crazy, you know, and they believe crazy things, and we make it too easy for them to get fucking lethal weapons, you know. And really the only thing that will ever stop shit like this from happening is to limit their access to firearms. That's it. That's the only solution, because you can't control what people believe, right? You can't, you know, that's freedom of speech right there, right? So I can't go out and be like, you know, Alex Jones, your speech is too crazy, you're not allowed to do it anymore, throw him in jail. That's against the law. You can't do that, right? You can't stop what people believe. You can't force people to get help if they don't want it. You know, if someone's insane, you can't, if he's not a danger to himself yet or to other people, you can't lock him up, right? He has to do something first, right? So the only step in that chain of events that you can actually take some action on to prevent people from getting blown away is to limit their access to firearms. And that'll never fucking happen in this country, because the right wing in this country is too fucking crazy, and all they care about is the Second Amendment, you know. So just get used to it, America, you know, and there'll be another one pretty soon, and it'll be some other guy who believes in some other crazy bullshit, and that's just how it's gonna be until we get serious about fucking, you know, revisiting that Second Amendment. I don't know, folks. That's a problem in this country, is that everybody keeps bullshitting themselves and nobody wants to work towards real solutions. What are you gonna do? It's America. Adios, folks.